Pull down your pants and grab your bag. It's time to get into it. No, I'm just kidding.
I like that. Keep that going. I'm going to use that. So good. Yeah. So
Don't forget to spit on it. Let's talk about the grab bag.
Well, yeah. You've seen this week's Gunk grab bag. So I didn't really write it out, but that's okay. We're just going to roll with it here. It's my week to choose, and my idea was age of reboots, right? And that you could even say this going back to probably 2007, 2008, somewhere is when all this bullshit started. But the age of reboots, we've seen all of our beloved, movies rebooted time and time again. Some say it's a good thing, some say it's a bad thing, whatever. What is a film not been rebooted, but you think stand to be rebooted, whether it's because of low budget, an idea that didn't go as far as it could have given the right director, the right resources, whatever the case is. And since it's my idea, I guess I'll kind of go first here.
Kick it off.
My first one, and we said one idea, 2 honorable mentions. That was hard to narrow down, but I'm going to do my best with this. My number one pick for a movie that I would love to see rebooted, be controversial, but the only reason I mention this film is because it's perfect the way it is. I just want more, especially with the modern day CGI and all the special effects we've got. Horizon. I would love to see Horizon movie because and just giving a little background of this movie, did not do well. Came out in 1997. It's a space horror film. If for those of you who haven't seen it, if you haven't, what are you doing with your life? But Event Horizon, the crap out of me the first time I saw it as a kid. And a little background of this movie, originally supposed to be NC-17 because of all the body horror. They actually hired people who were missing limbs for certain scenes of the movie. I mean, pretty gory, pretty hard to watch in some scenes, but supposedly there was a director's cut of this movie. The studio, it was another one of those cases. Director, the same dude who directed the Resident Evil films. Help me out here. What's his?
Paul W.S. Anderson.
Paul W.S. Anderson. So he directed Event Horizon. He made it his way originally, but it was going to get slapped with an NC-17 rating. Now, for those of you who aren't movie nerds, any movie that gets plastered with an NC-17 rating by the MPAA, the Movie Motion Picture Association of America, movie theater will touch your film. They will not distribute it. So it got taken to the editing room. It got, released as the movie we know it as today. And personally, I love Event Horizon. They did supposedly discover the director's cut. Unfortunately, the original prints, the film stock, was completely unusable. It was molded. They found it in some warehouse. And so we will never see the director's version of Event Horizon. That being the case, okay. Just such a fun film, and not to get too much into it. Again, if you haven't seen this movie, please go watch it. It's phenomenal. But we didn't get the director's cut, and there are hints that it takes place in the Warhammer 40K universe. The whole idea that this spaceship disappears, it disappears into the warp for you 40K nerds out there, and that's what causes the whole incident throughout the movie. Because we're never going to get to see the original version the director had in mind for this movie, I would love to see a modern day Event Horizon reboot. The other I could. It was hard. I couldn't really cut it down to just the two. One movie that I'm going to throw out there again, another body horror movie, Virus. Bullock. You guys, yeah, I don't know if you've seen it, but basically there's this ghost ship, right? It's this military like cruiser ship. These guys find it completely abandoned, all hands are lost. It gets basically ruining the film here. It gets hit by an alien virus. The virus starts building machines, and these machines slaughtered the whole crew and basically made alien human machine hybrids. And we don't know what their overall plan is. The movie doesn't get that far, but fun movie. I just think it was kind of executed a little poorly. But I think again, just seeing a reboot of that in 2026 would be pretty dope. And lastly, Deep Blue Sea.
Love that
movie. Your classic Jaws, sharks are scary movie. It has a ton of campy moments, but because CGI was so limited at that time, you can tell, all the scenes aren't as great as they could have been, but I still love that movie. It did me too, man. Did me too. So that's my three. The movies I'll kind of pass off on the side.
Good pick.
Men in Black and Wild Wild West.
Hell yeah.
Men in Black.
Fuck yeah.
I only say that because, and I don't know if you guys ever noticed this in the first one, but anytime they use their space guns, laser, the aliens just explode. There's no like actual shot being shot out of the gun. It's just they squeeze the trigger and then the next like flash to the alien blowing up into goo,
No, because they shot those big guns at the
ship
and it hit.
I agree. That's where they spent their entire budget, I'm sure, because it was what, 1997 or whatever. And yeah,
I want to see more Mikey though.
Men in Black, just for that reason, I think it's a cool story, and I think with how far CGI has advanced, I think we could get a really cool Men in Black story if they decided to reboot the whole story. But yeah, that's kind of my list.
And we did see that with, as I said, we did see that with Men in Black 3 because they really did up that up. And like, I love Men in Black 3 with everything. So yeah, great list, man. I've never seen Virus, so I'm personally gonna watch that with Jamie Lee Curtis. Never even knew about it, man. Like, I'm gonna check that out.
Yeah,
Dude,
I haven't seen any of those.
That's a really good list.
Yeah.
Not as good as it could have been. I like Virus because the idea is there. The whole setup, like, it's there. It was just kind of, it kind of peters out towards the end, but whatever. My 2 cents on what movies I think could use a decent reboot if they're going to spend the money and reboot an already established movie.
Dope.
Hell yeah. Who's next?
Jesse.
All right, I'll start with my honorable mentions. I went with The Purge because the idea is amazing, but the movies, I just hate the movies.
Yeah, they could be so much better.
I agree.
They always disappoint. Those movies do every time I watch them.
The first one, like it just turned into a home invasion movie. When I mean, the other ones you kind of branch out into the city, but yeah, I completely agree, man.
Yeah, the first film, I feel like they nailed like the contained, smaller.
Yeah.
But then everything else after that, you have an entire city that you could be doing something with, and that it's never anything important.
Yeah.
Yep.
My second one was The Happening with Mark Wahlberg. Now,
Good,
I'm going to be completely honest. I've never seen this movie, but I've only ever seen clips from it, and I've seen enough clips to know what it is. Yeah. And the idea of people killing themselves, and then it turns out to be plants, I think is, to me, super interesting. And I've always had like a thing for like horror movies and plants. Like me and Colby made a movie when we were kids called Plant Monster Man. So I've always been interested in that. And then my number one So this is a really deep cut B movie, and it's called Werewolf, and it's from 1996. The movie is one of the worst films I've ever seen in my life, but the reason I want to reboot it is because there's an element in the plot that I really like, and it's about archaeologists who dig up a skeleton that's a werewolf.
Mhm.
And the main dude, when he's digging it up, he cuts his arm on the werewolf's mouth, and then he becomes a werewolf. And that whole segment there, the idea behind that, I think is really cool.
Really cool.
Yeah. It's like it's almost like werewolves are more like a species that died out, and then he finds it, gets his arm cut, and it like spreads to him, and he starts a new line of werewolves. I think that would be fucking awesome.
Hell yeah. And I
That is
love
awesome.
werewolves, man. I didn't even
Hell
hear about
yeah.
that. Very
Blaine?
nice. That's on
What you
Tubi,
got?
by the way. That's why. Okay, so my honorable mentions. I love this movie for what it is, but I feel like, and I we keep hearing things around it, and I'm hoping that it does come to fruition. It's 1997 Spawn. I know Shope is a huge fan of Spawn, and you got me into it with the lore. Like, I love the movie itself. I mean, whenever it first came out, the trailers were just fucking dope. The cape, the suit, but I feel like we didn't get enough cape. We didn't get enough suit. We didn't get enough action scenes. And I mean, I love John Leguizamo. Or John Leguizamo.
Oh, yeah.
Mhm.
John
Yeah,
Leguizamo,
like
perfect casting
he
for
is
the
great.
Violator.
Absolutely great as the Violator. I just feel like it could have been so much more, and I hope it does. Like, I loved it, and I'll randomly watch it here and there just because it's childhood memory right there. Again, watch that at Shopes. And again, got me into it, and I would love for that to be remade, especially with today's. But I want them to do it right. Like, I know
Yeah.
Shope, you can go on a huge rant. Like, you know a hell of a lot more about the lore than I do. And I feel like that is a good one that could be remade or rebooted.
Spawn was
Agreed.
the first comic book I ever picked up, and 100%. Just my nutshell 2 cents on that. Um, GI of that movie is abysmal, unfortunately, but a
Yeah,
product of its time. It was 1995.
the cape
You
looked cool
know,
though.
yeah. You know what? Watching that as a kid convinced me that was bad. I mean, it
Yeah,
looked cool for its time, and
hell yeah.
if you don't pay too much attention to it, the story is still there for the original movie. I mean, it's still a kick-ass movie. I'll throw that one on from time to time. But I 100% agree. Uh, the movie as it Spawn as it sits in its current form, I would rate it about a 5 or a 6. Give
I agree.
us a budget, give us Todd McFarlane's still kicking, he's still around. Like, give us the resources it would take to make that like a 7, 8, 9 rated movie, because it's there. The story
Yeah,
is there.
it's there. They
Give the
could do
create,
it.
yeah, and just give the creators like what's I don't even know what I'm thinking of.
The freedom.
Creative freedom. Thank you. Yeah.
Mhm.
Give them the creative freedom. It's just like honestly, and I'm not trying to get off base. Avatar Last Airbender. Fucking the show is perfect. Let the people do it. And we
Yeah.
keep getting shit. And it's just anyways. Not gonna get off on that rant. My second was and this was like one of the best summers. Shope had just gotten his license. We lived at the movie theater. 2003's The League of Extraordinary Gentlemen.
I had that one
I'm gonna
written
say
down on mine. Yeah.
Bro, I'm gonna say this. I fucking love that movie. I do love everything about it. I felt like it lacked in some areas, but the first time I saw Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde, holy shit.
Yeah.
And even just the Nautilus, like that was with Captain Nemo
Captain
was just
Nemo.
fucking amazing. It could have
The
been so
book
much more.
is phenomenal. The graphic novel of League of Extraordinary Gentlemen is chef's kiss. I mean, if you've read any of Alan Moore's other work, you're kind of you know what you're getting yourself into in terms of story. The man don't fuck around. The movie, it's best known, sadly, for the movie that got Sean Connery to retire from acting because it was so bad. Arguably, I mean, I'm like you, Blaine. I will always have a special place in my heart for the film
Yep.
League of Extraordinary Gentlemen. It is
Yep.
not perfect by any means, but it was one of the first movies we all saw in theaters,
Fun
and
watch,
like
man.
it's a fun popcorn flick. I like that movie. So fuck the haters. Sorry out there.
No, I'm not sorry. Anyways, my final pick that I feel like, because I do love this movie. My wife and I were talking about it the other day. It's 2006's Aragon. Obviously the kid finds the dragon egg. Like it just, I felt like that whole movie has got such an amazing premise. It was so rushed that we didn't get to experience everything that we could. I did see a video literally last night as I was just completely down to my underwear eating cereal in my dining room. The writer has played that they have pitched it to Disney Plus, which I'm still kind of fuck. The pitch to Disney Plus, it is in pre-production. So they pitched the first starting episode. Disney liked it, and they're hoping. So it's going to be a TV series, but they're hoping that he's going to have the freedom to actually recreate this or revamp it. I hope it's the thing. I love that movie. I think it's great. And I wish it could have been so much more. I do have one more, but I want to hear Colby's before I even say that because it's a shit show.
Okay. Don't hate me and don't judge me for this. This movie gets a lot of hate, but I love this movie. Waterworld.
Fucking love Waterworld.
Love Waterworld, dude.
I think
Get out.
A Waterworld today they could do it really good.
I agree. Honestly, yes.
Be like Mad Max on the water, you know?
Fuck yeah.
Blaine, me and you talked about Jaws and how scary like the ocean is. So I mean, they could
Bro.
really just create something beautiful, like big cities on the water or something. I don't know. I think with
even the scene where he dives down and you see the ruins of the cities is probably one of my all-time favorite scenes. So hats off to you, man. I fucking love Waterworld, but I completely agree.
I don't get the hate of it. It's people hate this movie, but
I don't.
Motherfucking Dennis Hopper. How can you hate Dennis Hopper?
Yeah,
the only reason shit on in terms of Hollywood is because of how much it is still to this day one of the most expensive movies ever made, and the only reason it gets a bad rep, you know, because I get the same feeling from Waterworld as I do from Kurt Russell's Soldier. Right?
Yeah.
They're very similar paced movies, like they're action based. For whatever reason, they just didn't do well, whether they didn't market them right, whether they went way too over budget, whatever the case is, just didn't make enough in theaters at the time. And for that reason, you know, that Hollywood shit's all over them. I mean, we've been hearing about Waterworld being crapped on for the last 20 plus years, and that sucks because I'm like you. I like Waterworld.
I love Waterworld.
Not perfect, but like, man, action and the big sets. Like, I mean, that scene where he goes down into the water and he sees the ruins of like you know, just whatever city is under the ocean. It's just like, dude, such a great original movie. It sucks that history has decided that it sucks.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
For sure.
But you said the one word that makes it, and it's the originality of that film.
Yeah.
I mean, is it like other films? Yeah, like we said, it's like Mad Max on water, but the originality of that film is like, I mean, shit could happen.
I mean,
it really could.
Oh boy had gills, man. Like, come on.
He went back to himself, man. He de-evolved.
Man, I think today's CGI too, that they can make Waterworld an amazing flick. I think it'll come there. I mean, they got to be running out of ideas, you know. Like let's redo Waterworld.
Yeah.
And then I have one more. It's not that I think this movie needs to be remade necessarily. I think a remake would be really cool. I love this movie, The Faculty.
Oh my god, dude.
I think that one on my list too.
I think this movie is so good, and if remade today, they can make it like they can just go bigger, scarier.
Yeah.
Yes.
What a great movie.
Any
1000%
horror movie with
agree.
in a school, terrifies me. Maybe just because we're so familiar with it, half of our lives are spent inside of a high school. So
Yeah.
super cool.
Can you imagine that shit happening in our high school? Oh my god.
Only reason I crossed it out on my list, and literally the only reason, saying you couldn't do it. There's plenty of young, talented actors and actresses out there that I think could do it justice. It's just when you say the faculty, well, are you going to bring back Robert Rodriguez? His film style? Are you going to bring back Elijah Wood and Josh Hartnett? I mean,
Maybe they can
that
be the
movie is
teachers.
so 90s, and that's what I'm saying. Like, and again, yes, you could totally replace every character. I mean, Jon Stewart as the science teacher, that movie had everybody, and it was just so good and so scary. And like what you're saying, Colby, a movie that takes place in a school. When that movie came out, I do remember seeing it on TV. Like it was airing, it was on Fox, I'm pretty sure. And I was sitting there at the kitchen table, like just whatever, eating dinner and watching that movie. And I'm like, oh man, I got to go to school tomorrow. And we didn't have a pool at our school, obviously, but so it's like, wait a minute, is one of my classmates going to be an alien? And the drugs that they keep in the pens, I'm just like, oh, that's a new one. Am I gonna start seeing like nose candy being hidden in fucking ballpoint pens? I don't know. Like,
you're watching everyone write their homework, like, yeah, you fucking doper.
I'm watching their pinkies. Their pinkies are changing, man.
Yeah.
He's like,
that's what I'm saying. Yeah,
jack you up.
what do you mean? All right, I
He's
trust
fucking
you.
tripping, man. Let him trip.
Great film. I mean, and I'm glad like we're all kind of on the same wavelength. We're kind of thinking along the same patterns because look, there's a lot of baller ass 90s films that I think could do with a solid reboot. Now that we can do just the level of CGI for as cheap as we can. I mean, you see people on YouTube blowing my mind on a daily basis with some of the stuff they can do with CGI. So it's like, why not?
You
take
see my
those
thumbnails?
Stories.
Can we please hire these fucking cosplayers to actually create the costumes that they do? I don't understand Hollywood and why they're not hiring these people. I've seen even for God of War that's coming out, and I saw the test image. I've seen cosplayers that have made shit 10 times better.
Out of cereal
Fucking
boxes.
do it right. You got the money.
Noodles.
Exactly.
It's crazy what they do.
I'm sorry, but we deserve it as a consumer and lived in this shit world right now. Give us something we actually enjoy and put your fucking heart into it.
We're not gonna stand for it any longer.
Nope. Hollywood, listen.
Hell yeah. Cool picks, y'all. Good episode.
That was a good grab bag.
We really grabbed him by the bag.
My fingers are all buttery and sticky.
Hell yeah, y'all. Great episode. That was a lot of fun. That was a long one. That's not as long as The Mummy. We're at 2:22 right now, so getting there.
Yeah.
Growing. We're getting better every week. I say it every week, but I mean it.
I can't wait for Monday. So
yeah, is it Monday yet?
Yep.
Hell yeah.
All right, gang. Good episode.
See y'all in a week.
Looking forward to the next one.
I'll see y'all.
Later.
Later, boys.